Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Hopped on today with plans to do other stuff. First thing I saw was that they just dropped the trailer for Andor. This is basically the prequel to Rogue One. This is Diego Luna's character. I know it's set 5 years before the events of Rogue One, so basically 5 years before Episode 4, New Hope. So this is like the infancy of the rebellion. Empire's been in power for about 12, 13 years now. And that's pretty much all I know. I just know the timeline. I don't know what characters are going to be in here, except for Andor, of course. But let's check it out. I'm so excited to see this. I even put on my Star Wars hat. You see my Star Wars hat? All right, let's check this out. Okay. I like that. That sounds cool. I love the music already.
They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They're everywhere.
Coruscant. So they're on Coruscant.
They're watching me now.
Mon Motha. Good, good.
Soon enough, these days will end.
Stellan Skarsgard.
There will be no rules going forward.
People are standing up.
Death Troopers? Clone Troopers?
That's what a reckoning sounds like.
Okay. Wow. That looks fantastic. Wow, there's a lot to unpack there. A lot of those places I don't recognize. They're probably introducing some new worlds here. No aliens? I don't think I saw a single alien in the entire trailer. That's not very Star Warsy. That's kind of unusual. Interesting. So I did see clone troopers. There were definitely clone troopers there when he was facing down. Yeah, right here. So he's definitely looking at some at clone troopers there. So that's cool. But it also was she.
People.
Okay, I thought those were Death Troopers, but apparently they're just black armor because they don't have the face masks on. Because if this chick was walking with Death Troopers, I'd have to know who she was. Looks really good. So, man, it looks like they're trying to incorporate like the last vestiges of like the clone army into like the more modern Empire that we know from Episode 4. So there's probably going to be like a lot of crossover stuff there, because I think that first shot of Andor when he's looking at the yeah, right here. Those look more like, I guess they do kind of look like clone troopers. It's hard to tell from the profile out of focus like that. So, but they're all white now. They don't have like the individual color markings that the clones did. They're more uniform white, just black and white. So they're definitely like in that transition period. So that's cool. I like that they're doing that. Which makes it interesting. Like, are we going to see what actually happened to all the clones? You know, I don't know, because they've never. I don't think they've ever come out and really said, the clones were like ended, and then everything, all the stormtroopers after that were conscripts or anything like that. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. It looks like earlier here. Looks like we're dealing with Imperial. Not sure, it's some kind of a factory or technological lab, tech lab, something like that. That might be droid parts for what was his name? The dude from the droid from Rogue One, K, something. Man, it's been a while since I watched it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this before Andor comes out. So that's pretty interesting. So obviously there's going to be some tech level stuff here, some behind the scenes Imperial. Yeah, they still have the old drop ships from the Clone Wars, but they also had that TIE fighter in there as well. I'm wondering about these guys here, because okay, so they have the Imperial signet behind them, but they're all in white. And usually, I think the only time I've ever seen like white uniforms, I'm trying to remember I think the only time I've seen a white uniform is on Thrawn. He was a Grand Admiral, right? So so this might be some kind of like a new thing that they're introducing here, or maybe something that existed, but before A New Hope came around, but didn't make it through transition. So that's gonna be. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of political intrigue here, because you're bouncing back and forth from this rural human settlement kind of a place to Coruscant. And if you're going to have Mon Motha dealing with the Imperials and stuff like that, you obviously saw the Galactic Senate there. So there's going to be a lot of political play going on here. Plus, we're going to have like the rebellion, and she's probably going to be walking that line between them. So that's that. If they develop the whole Imperial side, the political Imperial side of this, that would be awesome. I've always wanted to see more of that. And seeing it on Coruscant and how it operates, and how you can believe there's a lot of intrigue in there. So I'm looking forward to that as well. The blaster bolts and droids are awesome, but sometimes the political intrigue can get really good too. And if this is done right, it could be really interesting for the backstory of how the Empire came to be what it was by the time we know it 5 years from this point in the timeline. And 12 years after we knew it as the Galactic Republic, at the end of Episode 3. So this is going to be an interesting transition here, man. There's a whole lot of ways they can go in and do a lot of story here, and it looks like they're taking advantage of it. Like I said, I don't recognize the other planet that they were on. I'm not sure who this chick is or where she's running. That dude banging the I was going to say gong. It's not gong. Bell. Anvil. Whatever that is. Sounds awesome. The way they used those environmental sounds in the soundtrack was amazing. The guy hitting the warning, the man slamming on that bell gong thing. Soundtrack sounds incredible. If that's part of the soundtrack, like it's good. The throat singing at the beginning really sounded incredible. So I'm glad that these series are taking chances with music. And as much as I love and adore John Williams and his entire body of work, going into these little stories and developing unique sounds for them is amazing. What they did with Mandalorian, even with Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, I love that they're trusting the musicians to come up with unique and original soundtracks to play off of this. It's going to be interesting to see what Obi-Wan Kenobi sounds like when that begins tomorrow, actually. So I'm looking forward to this. Coruscant here, so I'm thinking we'll see more of Coruscant. They also had, I believe there was a shot of somebody like jumping down onto a TIE fighter. So yeah, the old is kind of getting pushed out of the way for the new, and creating this whole new aesthetic. The guys in blue here, not sure who they are. Not sure if they're like a local force or if they're like there, right there. So yeah, that is a TIE fighter right there. So somebody's stealing another TIE fighter. That's going to become a motif in Star Wars, I guess. So you know, having those old clone drop ships and then having the new TIE fighters, obviously the old and new mixing it up, and you're seeing this huge segue. That's so cool that they're doing that. It's really nice that they're showing how that whole thing transition is not just a end of Clone Wars, beginning of Star Wars kind of thing. You know, the end of the clones, the beginning of the Star Wars, and the Imperial the Empire we know and love it. And doing this whole transition, I think this is fantastic. I don't know, 12 episodes, glad to hear. Finally, it seems like everything recently has been 8 to 10 episodes, and I'm like really wanting more. And it feels like they're really wanting to tell a lot of story here. So I'm really looking forward to them fleshing out a whole lot of stuff, bringing in a whole bunch of new characters, giving us a whole lot of political backstory, and stuff that people can just a lot of meat that we can chew on moving forward. I hope the series, you know, gets renewed, and you know, they do the whole 5 years up to A New Hope. That would be, you know, if they can lead it up right to where, you know, the episode 12 of season 5 is like is like Andor heading off to wherever it is at the beginning of Rogue One. That would just be pretty cool. So tell me what you think. Does it look good to you? I'm pretty sure we'll get another trailer before this shows up in August 31st, I believe is the date on it. Is that where it was? Yeah, August 31st. So we got a few months here, so we'll probably get another trailer before then. Punch that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you get the notifications. Comment below, let me know what you think. If you got stuff you want me to take a look at, I'd love to hear it, love to see it. If you guys want to talk Star Wars, we can talk Star Wars all day. I can do that. That's not a problem at all with me. But hey, I appreciate you guys coming in, visiting, staying a while. Y'all come back now. Thanks.